To continue on our topic of close reading, we would like to look at these three important factors: literal meaning, inference, and contextual. Because close reading is very limited, we are not giving any options to our learners. We, the teachers, are selecting a topic for them, and we want them to look at it very closely with reference to these three factors. If the level is not very advanced, we would ask them to look at the literal meaning of the words or the sentences and find out what features they find in that text when they look at it in the literal meaning of the text. Otherwise, if the level of the students is a bit advanced than that, that is what I mean by the secondary students or the higher level students, then they will have to look at the inference. Inference means that there will be a thought behind the text that they need to understand, not only the literal meaning. For example, when we say it is a good day today, when we take it literally, we just say it is a good day. But if we take it with the inference of it, or if we take the inference meaning of it, then we would say this day has something more to give us. It is more than just a good day. It has some incidents which have happened in favor of us. So that level of students will have to look at the inference of the meaning of the text as well to look at close reading. Because then when they would be producing a similar text, that is a report, then they would use certain phrases and certain sentences to make the meaning of it inferential also. Not only just the literal meaning, but something to do with the inference as well. And then it comes the contextual meaning. We have this example of contextual meaning very much these days in our media. We find our newspapers writing about reports in the context of what is happening in Pakistan. And we, the readers, read it as a context, not only the literal meaning of it, but there is much more to say by the writers who are writing in the newspapers, the journalists or the report writers. They are using all the three. They are using the literal meaning, they are also using inference, and they are also using contextual meaning of the text that they are producing in the newspapers or the media. Therefore, the teachers need to explain to the students according to their level whether when they are looking at a text, whether they are just going to look for the literal meaning of it, whether they are going to look at the inference as well, and if required, they need to look at the contextual meaning of the text as well to see what kind of words the students need to look at while they are reading in a close reading exercise. Also, in a close reading exercise, we, the teachers, need to instruct the students that they have to look for certain words which are being used in that particular text. I am using the example of report text writing. I can also use the example of procedural text writing, which is very much common in our science subjects, or those who are doing things like cookery or home economics, or like doing recipes on TV shows. These people are actually following procedural text, and they have certain procedure to write in the text which they follow to do something. For example, baking a cake. So they would be using a certain recipe, and that recipe is going to be point-wise. In case a teacher wants the students to look at procedural text and wants them to notice the features of it, then she needs to explain how these points are coming in sequence so that after one thing, another is happening. This is what she needs to instruct her students.